How many sessions of muscle activation techniques will it take to deal with your pain? We'll answer that question here today. Hello, it's Kevin Votta coming to you live from inside the Fitness-Tek private personal training studios here in Tampa, Florida. Welcome today. Today I'm going to be answering probably the number one most asked question I get from new clients, and that is, how many sessions do you think this will take, Kev? How many sessions are we looking at here to address my current ache pain issue that I'm currently having? And to be honest, there's no cut or dry answer to that. There's multiple questions that I've kind of listed out in this blog, and we'll kind of run through quickly in this video. But there's no one size kind of fits all. It's not you've got this going on, it's going to be this many sessions. The body being very dynamic, and again, being so many variables that come into play. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell really, and I really am upfront with people is I won't have a better idea how many sessions it's going to take until I've seen you once or twice, and we kind of see how your body's going to respond. But here's some questions. Let's jump right into them here. So the first one is, what's your current pain level? Obviously, if your pain level is elevated, then chances are you're going to need to see us for a little longer. And I say a little longer, that could be anywhere from 5 to 10 sessions. Again, depending on all the different variables, this is just kind of a snapshot of what it could take. Where's your current pain? If your pain is in your feet versus your back, or your hands or your neck versus your back and your core. Typically the extremities will take a little more work because we have to be responsible for everything else. When I say everything else, I mean other joints in the body prior to taking a look at those areas. It's not to say we won't jump right into those areas, but chances are that area is inflamed and aggravated because it's compensating for something going on somewhere else, maybe in your trunk or spine. So typically, if it's in your feet, we're looking anywhere from 12 to 15 sessions. Hands, probably we'll say 7 to 10. Again, very general statements there, but to give you a kind of an idea. What's your mental stress level? People are always like, well, why do you need to know my mental stress? Well, because if you're emotionally stressed, believe it or not, in my 15 plus years of doing this, those individuals that are mentally stressed have a much harder time getting these muscles to activate and stay activated. Emotional stress is just as detrimental as you going in the gym and doing a really hard workout or subjecting yourself to a high mechanical stress load. So if your mental stress is high, this is going to be a more lengthy process. I usually suggest those individuals do something in conjunction with what we're doing to lower their stress and help them better deal with the emotional side of things as well. How long have you had the pain? If this is going on 2 weeks, then typically it's going to be less treatment. If this is something that's been with you for years, well, it's probably going to be a little more treatments. Again, both of those could go either direction, but just as a general rule of thumb. Are you going to be coachable? Yes, there's going to be certain lifestyle things, dietary things that I'm going to ask you to take on or stop doing that will give your body a better chance to heal and allow the work that we're going to do in here to kind of take hold. If you're willing to be coachable and take those things on, great. I will say this, I've never had somebody that's worked with me that has remained coachable and done what I've asked them to do from a lifestyle standpoint that hasn't gotten relief that they want. And then there's individuals that understand that they're not going to change everything in their life. They're acceptable with they're accepting a certain level of discomfort in their body. We can still progress those individuals, but they understand that, okay, there's certain lifestyle changes that need to happen for me to be able to take my comfort to the next level. So if you're coachable, great. That'll definitely work in your favor. How many major injuries have you had? If you've had a ton of injuries, this is going to be a little more lengthy process. We're putting back the puzzle that is your body to try to redistribute forces, to get forces off those aggravated or affected areas from those accidents or injuries. So if you have more injuries, it's going to be a little lengthier process. Are you not in pain but want to prevent pain and dysfunction as you age? So not everybody that comes in with an ache or pain. Some people want to improve performance. Some people want to just feel better and take the preventative measures. If you're one of those individuals, this is going to be a lifelong journey. And that could mean that I see you once a week. That might mean that I see you once a month. That really depends on what you want out of the process.